Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's your Billy Sabah. I want to give all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Mashiach, Malak, Yahushai. Peace, citation, all for legs, scattered across the four corners of the earth, learning or teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, waiting on the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahushai, Mashiach, Shalom. This is Billy Sabah. Today I want to go more into the Deuteronomy 28 curses. I hear this so-called white man, Edomite, who wanted to get into the curses, and he wanted to say they do not apply to the Hebrew Israelites. But little does he know that we are the Hebrew Israelites, and little does he know that these curses do apply to the Israelites. That we are the Israelites, the ones that fit the curses, the prophecies. It all points to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the ones that are scattered among the heathen that don't look like Israelites, but they are Israelites. Okay, so that's why we don't judge off the outward appearance. We go by the Spirit, try the Spirit, and the Spirit bear witness that we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, as the scriptures say. This dude is just going off, and we're going to get into it. Remembering ourselves right now, all the heritage we lost through the gospel has been hid for a time. Esau didn't want us to wake up. He tried his best to keep us from this gospel, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushai woke us up. So he gave us that breath of life. Esau didn't want us to remember ourselves, to figure out who we are. He wanted to cut us off from being a nation. The name of Israel would be no more in remembrance, roughly paraphrasing Psalms 83. Esau, the so-called white man, he can't stop prophecy. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gave us the Holy Ghost to bring all things into remembrance, as the scriptures say. That's why we came back to life through that breath of life, Ezekiel chapter 37. This scripture say in the book of Baruch, chapter 2, in the land of captivity they shall remember themselves and call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, roughly paraphrasing. That's why the naming is important. Let's get into what he has to say.
Okay, let's move on. Number 4, this is a big one. Number 4, top 10 lies, false doctrines of the Hebrew Israelites, the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Well, we know we're the people because we fit the curses. And it sounds good on the surface. I believed it for many years. So, in a way, you know, I have mercy on those that are still deceived by this, because I was deceived by it. But when you look deeper and you actually research, you know, number 1, Deuteronomy 28 is not a prophecy.
It is a prophecy. He's going off. Okay, he's being deceived. You can't be deceived by something that is true. The Israelites do fit the curses. He errs not knowing the scriptures. We're witnessing right here. What I was saying on the block, it is a prophecy. I was explaining what he was saying. It wasn't. So let's get into Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. In verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. These curses will come upon us and overtake us and pursue us. This is what the scriptures going into, man. They would overtake us. We're taken with curses that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will have these curses follow us everywhere we go. He put them on us because we didn't hearken into his voice. We didn't obey his commandments. We broke the first covenant. And this is why these curses came upon us. Scripture say Yahweh Hashem Yahushai made the creature subject to vanity, so we were bound to break them. And prophecy means before. Fasi means to speak. So prophecy means to say it before it happens. So Deuteronomy 28, if it's not prophecy, that's not right. This is prophecy, because our people are going through this prophecy to this day. The curses have hit our people multiple times. And when Solomon he fell to other gods, that it said that if you do this, you shall become a proverb and a byword. Okay, that's what these curses ended up coming on us through Solomon's fall too as well. Okay, it all led to this, as we can see. Honestly, let's get verse 16 now. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. So that's why the younger people are killing and stabbing up each other over money, envy, so on and so forth. That's why our people are cursed in the city. That's what that's going into. And ultimately, it's that evil eye that our people have against each other. We don't see that with the small hatters. They all get along. So this ain't talking about the small hatters. And we are the ones that have funerals every week over this. And cursed shalt thou be in the field. Okay, cursed shalt thou be in the field. That's why our people had to pick that cotton in the field. And in the fields doing agriculture. Okay, it's car. We know that they do that all, to this day. Pruning up the branches. It's no joke. I worked out there. It's tedious work. Okay, pruning up out there in the fields. Okay, straight in the mud, in the dirt. It's all Issachar was out there too, and they went to take that jab too when they told people to go take it, and it was sickening. I didn't go. I didn't fall for the snare, and I hope not to fall for the snare too through Yahweh Hashem Mashiach Malaki Yahushua to pass the MOT to the B test, that trial of faith, the hour of temptation, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Since I passed the jab, so Yahweh Radazah, he keeps the spirit on me that I get past that. Let's go down to verse 54. So verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. His eye shall be evil toward his brother, like I was saying. So we see this is why our people are out killing each other in these last days. This is what's going on. The curses are upon our people. That's what we see. Our people, the so-called Latino, Native American, and Negro people, the Israelites. Okay, and also the ones that look like heathen, but they are Israelites, like I'm saying. That's why we don't judge off the outward appearance. Because people are carnal-minded, they don't understand that. We used to be tender and delicate. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate. As it said, we used to be tender and delicate. We used to help our brother and sister when they need help, like fix their house, so something going on in their house, okay, like a clogged sink, so on and so forth, or just to be for them in general. But not anymore. They have an evil eye against each other. They don't want to see each other win. They got envy when they see someone getting up. They're always trying to one-up people. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to humble yourself down. This isn't about trying to one-up everybody. Because now our people have an evil eye towards their brother, even among Israel. Okay, they have evil eye toward their brother. Let's continue reading. And toward the wife of his bosom, and okay, so toward the wife of his bosom. That's why there's domestic violence in the house. Okay, so continue reading. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Okay, that's why there's no dad in the house. That's why the family structure is destroyed. It's single mothers in the house. So this is just a baby mama in the house. So a single mother raising the kids is a curse. So my dad went through that too as well. His dad left him when he was born. He never met his dad. So you see what's going on. It's all part of the curses. Because most nations, they get married and they live together forever. So until they die. It doesn't go with the Israelites. So these curses are fitting us. Let's go to verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Our sons and daughters are given to another people. The slave master took our children and destroyed the structure of our family. So we couldn't go and ask for them back. We could cry for them, but they weren't going to have no pity on our people and give them back to us. Okay, so our sons and our daughters were given to the slave master. Okay, it's all prophecy that lines up, that happened. Okay, so the curses fit the Israelites. This happened during slavery. So we see that's why we broke the laws. Okay, and this happened. Let's continue on. Let's go down to verse 68. So I didn't get this one. So verse 68, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt, spiritual Egypt. This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. So this is a spiritual Egypt, Babylon the Great. Again with ships, by the whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. There's no history that the Israelites went back into Egypt by ships. The history is recorded, that's documented, is the transatlantic slave trade. So that's when we went into Egypt again by cargo slave ships. So we are in this spiritual Egypt, like I'm saying. And it links up with prophecy. Those dead bodies in that great city, Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and the dead bodies in that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Okay, that great city is talking about America, Babylon the Great. Not dead bodies literally, spiritually dead from the neck up. Israelites in a dead state. And lie to the ground means being in a low position. In a low position, in a low, confused position, as our people are and will be in these last days. So verse 68 again, Yahweh Shem Yahshai shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, and by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies and bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Here is spiritual Egypt. We were sold into slavery by our enemies, and no man will be able to redeem us. He's talking about no man will be able to buy you. There's no man able to redeem you. So the man that will be able to save us is Yahushai. When he returns, that's the only man that will be able to save us. So no man in the flesh will be able to save you. The only reparations that we're getting is when Yahushai returns to deliver his elect. That's what we hope to be. We say that in meekness and humbleness, because the 2/3 are going to be destroyed, and Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. So, and he's going to set judgment on the nations too, setting up his kingdom in righteousness, which is going to be on earth as it is in heaven. And these curses fit the Israelites. They don't fit these small hatters, man. So let's get verse 45. We're just going to jump around. We're jumping around these curses to prove that they fit the Israelites. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and thou shalt pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahshai thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. The law, statutes, and commandments were given to Jacob, as it says in the scriptures. They were given. Psalms chapter 147. Scriptures say he showed his word unto Jacob and his statutes and judgments unto Israel, roughly paraphrasing. He had not dealt with any other nation. As for his judgments, they have not known him. Roughly paraphrasing, man. So those law, statutes, and commandments, they were given unto Jacob and unto Israel. That's the nation that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is dealing with. That's the one he chose out of all 18 nations. These curses fit the Israelites. That's who Moses gave the first covenant to, like I went into on the block. It is the Israelites, that first covenant, which was broke. Okay, so just letting you know that this dude is going completely off. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. And our people are destroyed. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. Our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So we see that example in these last days, how our people are destroyed in every way. They shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. This is a sign and a wonder upon thy seed forever. That's why our people, it will click to them while they know, like, why they're catching hell. Like I went into that on the block, because it should click to you, man. Like, hey, this is why I'm catching so much hell. It's a sign and a wonder upon thy seed forever. These curses, they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder. So it should like click like a light bulb popping on. This is why I'm catching hell. Okay, this is why I'm going through this tough time. Because when I first heard about the curses, when I finally found out it was talking about our people, the transatlantic slave trade, so on and so forth, it made sense. Continue hearing them.
It's not, nowhere does it say this is how you will be identified as a people. It's a warning. It's saying, here, I've made my covenant with you. You've agreed to it. These are the terms. If you follow what I've said and obey me, blessings. If you disobey me and you break our covenant, you're going to be cursed. Now, do those curses fit? Well, some of them do, and that's why it's so believable. But when you research further, you find out that those curses also fit a lot of other people. If you study history, and then some of the curses. Now, if you can identify one group that all the curses apply to, I'm not going to go into all of them because obviously this video would be too long. But I have a
You're not going to go into them because you can't break that down. And all these curses do fit the Israelites. So they don't fit any other nation. If they fitted any other nation, scripture say prove all things, you would have to prove that. You're just going off. Even the comment right there says, and by the way, you didn't prove anything. You got to prove what you're stating. Like I said, scripture say prove all things. Back it up through the scriptures with facts. That's why you can't go into them, because you don't understand all of these curses. You know, like the scripture say, like, where they are told they are not my people, it shall be said that you are the sons of Yahweh. Roughly paraphrasing Hosea chapter 1, you're just fulfilling that right here, calling the true Israelites not the people. You can't rebuke that the Israelites aren't the true people, because these curses, they fit the Israelites, point blank, period. Not the small hatters, not any other nation, which were already proved. Psalms 147. Could have really just ended the video there, but hey, we're just going to get into it for edification's sake. Small hatters living in tunnels right now, these strange children, and you think they fit the curses? Hey man, if you think that, you're going off. They don't fit the curses. It's the Israelites. Continue playing it.
A video linked below. It's Dr. Eric Mason, and he goes through many of the different verses in Deuteronomy 28 and shows you how they don't apply to...
Yeah, Derek Mason's going off. Okay, these fit the Israelites.
You know, the so-called African American or Black Americans today. You know, the other thing too is that, well, if you're Israel and you're now walking in the law, statutes, and commandments, you're not under curses. Otherwise, Yahweh's a liar. You're not under curses, you're under blessings. So if you're keeping the commandments, you should be under blessings, not curses. So...
The blessings will be applied in the kingdom. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, those blessings will be applied in the kingdom. Like I said on the block, you lack understanding. Okay, you are not knowing the scriptures, because we are under the curses right now, according to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, according to our offenses for our people going off. That's our punishment, was these curses for going off. But Isaiah chapter 63. Verse 17. This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 17. Let's get this in the NLT. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, why have you allowed us to turn from your path? This is all part of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's movie. A man's goings is of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He controls all things. So if he wanted us to be perfect from the beginning, Eve wouldn't have fell to the snare of the serpent from the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, Adam would have not followed the philosophy either from Eve. He fell for it by following the woman. Okay, so this was all Yahweh Shem Yahushua's will. That was the beginning of us falling. Through her we all die, as the scriptures say. Then later on we hit curses as the Son of God, continuing to decline, so on and so forth, from what happened in the beginning. Because Yahushua was perfect in the law. He fulfilled his course. He was obedient unto death. And he got immortality. That's why we emulate him and rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our ability. And he's going to redeem us from the curse of the law. Galatians chapter 3. Continuing on. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, why have you allowed us to turn from your path? Why have you given us to stubborn hearts, so we no longer fear you? Return and help us, for we are your servants, the tribes that are your special possession. We have given us why have you given us stubborn hearts, so we no longer fear you? It was all part of prophecy. Return and help us, for we are your servants. And we returned now. Yahweh Shem Yahushua helped us through that Holy Ghost. Okay, we have that Holy Ghost now through Yahweh Shem Yahushua to bring us back in good graces with Yahweh, through Yahweh. We are your servants, the tribes that are your special possession. Okay, the tribes that are your special possession, that's the 12 tribes of Israel. Israelites. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hardened our heart to turn us from his way, and it was all part of prophecy to be fulfilled for us to turn back to him in these latter days, remembering ourselves. It's all predestination. I said the 12 tribes, that's his special possession, man. It's not every nation. We have to acknowledge our offense. Hosea 5 and 15, calling upon him for deliverance.
I'm not sure how, and this is in a way to me is an offense as well, because you're blaming Yahweh, you're blaming the Father for your misfortunes or Whatever problems you're having in life, you're just blaming. So it's lack of accountability. Instead of taking responsibility and saying, well, why am I in this state? And there's many reasons. I'm not going to go into that, but is it really curses? Is Yahweh really cursed your people, or is there other factors involved?
His name's Yahweh, and his only begotten son, his name is Yahweh Shai. We're not blaming him. Nobody's blaming Yahweh. We're calling on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for deliverance. He's saying that we're complaining on the streets, and how we're poor and oppressed, basically, is what he's saying, complaining to the Father. Scriptures say we're poor and afflicted people. We are oppressed by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The true Israelites understand that. The gospel is about preaching to the poor. Yahweh Shai said that. Okay, we are the oppressed. The Israelites are the oppressed ones now. And we're poor and needy. Well, that's why we're meek and humble. We're in Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. It shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, and the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations, whether Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, thy power had driven thee. The blessing and the curse. Okay, the blessings were upon us at the time of David, the time of Solomon, 40 years of peace, the throne of David. When Solomon continued the throne of David for 40 years. But Israel, okay, they waxed fat and grown thick. I should say, roughly paraphrasing. We forgot the rock of our salvation, our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, in Deuteronomy 32:15. The Israelites are the ones that are calling them to mind. Okay, these curses. No other nation is calling them unto mind. And also the nations where we've been scattered. This prophecy is being fulfilled. Okay, our people are the ones scattered. That's biblical prophecy. So verse 2. Thou shalt return unto Yahweh thy power, and thou shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, though in thy children, though in thine heart, with all thy soul. Then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither Yahweh thy power had scattered thee. Yeah, the scattering. Deuteronomy 28:64. It's part of the curses. We've been scattered. That's all part of the curses. It's showing you that these fit the Israelites. Okay? Yahweh Shai, he's going to gather his elect from the four winds. So it's all biblical prophecy that our people, the elect, is scattered. So it lines up with the Israelites. We repent and remember ourselves. We call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and keep his laws. That's why it says, and shall return unto Yahweh thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. Okay, this is prophecy being fulfilled. We call upon his name, keeping the laws. Okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the ones doing that, and the other ones that aren't looking like Israelites, but they are Israelites, because our people are scattered across the four corners of the earth. It's biblical prophecy. And then they get baptized, and now they're turning back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, getting baptized in water in the name of Yahweh Shai. They're going through that sanctification process after that. That's how you're returning back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but you have to endure to the end too as well. And like verse 3, then he's going to turn away our captivity. Okay, that's what we want. If we're of that number, that's what we hope. And this is happening now. The tabernacle of David is being raised up, being brought back by this word. So when Yahweh Shai returns, that's when he's going to gather his people from the four corners of the earth. Going into the slave trade, like no other nation that matches up with that. Yeah, so let's go back into Deuteronomy 28. Because we see that there's no other nation matches the slavery that we went through this transatlantic slave trade, our people. Okay, no other nation went through that, has gone through something similar to that or worse. Even mental captivity, this mental slavery that we're going through, our people are going through it the worst. They're subject unto payments, and the rich ruleth over the poor. Okay, and the borrower is the servant to the lender. And that's what's going on. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the lender through these banks. There's no other nation that has went through physical slavery compared in captivity to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. And that's facts. The curses, it was a sign to our people that they have been scattered, and we worshipped wood and stone. At one point, our people scattered. So let's go into the scattering. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua shall scatter thee among the people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. They went off. They went and followed other gods. Neither nor thy father have known, because we're supposed to be following the law, statutes, and commandments, but our people went off. And then they were scattered across the four corners of the earth. This is biblical prophecy. It ties to the Israelites. Like I said, Yahushua, he's going to gather his elect from the four winds. Okay, so this all lines up, precept upon precept. We go back to verse 37. Being called proverb and a byword links up to our people. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh Shem Yahshua shall lead thee. Say that this is a sign in the last days for the Israelites. Get that word astonishment. That word parliament, that just means to be alarmed. When you go into the Strong's definition, it says, by implication, consternation, astonishment, desolation, waste, wonderful thing. Waste, look at all our people are destroyed. Our women too. Men of our nation, the family structure is destroyed. Like that's why look at waste, man. Our people are destroyed. This is a sign that our people are destroyed. This is a sign for the Israelites. Like even getting that word byword, looking that up. It's a person or cited as a notorious and outstanding example of an embodiment of something. Being called a thug, gangster, the N-word with the A at the end and the ER. This is like slogans, like the neighborhood. Blacks, there's a lot of bywords and labels that they joke on our people about. They look down upon us. These other nations, in Lamentations chapter 2, they clap their hands on the downfall of our people. And the other nations are hoping and wanting us to fall. That's why it states that in Lamentations 2, is this the people? Like I went into, man, Psalms 83, they're confederate against thee. So you get that byword in the Hebrew. Byword, Hebrew 81:48. Sharp word, sharp cutting word, taunt, gibe, taunting our people with these words. Okay, the sharp word and sharp cutting word is basically calling someone an N-word at the end with ER or with A. These proverbs and bywords are on us as a sign for who we are. So we broke the covenant. That's why we're under these curses. Galatians chapter 3. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 10. For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse, for it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all the things which are written in the book of the law to do them. So let's get that word curse. Let's get into it. Curse. Strong's G 2671. It says, to redeem one exposed to the threatened penalty of a curse. So we see that the Israelites are the ones under the curse. So we are already cursed as it is. We can't keep all these laws in the flesh. In this captivity, he redeemed us from the curse of the law, from that first covenant standard, to keep all the laws as our obedience in our way to be in good graces with the Father. Now it's Yahushua. He died on that cross to have us in a grace period, to have faith, and we keep the law to the best of our ability, rehearsing these righteous acts. He gave us this grace period to get right with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now we're in good graces with the Father if we are of his hopeful elect. That's what he did. He redeemed us from the curse of the law. So because we can't keep all these laws perfectly, man, in captivity. The only way that the curse will be broken is when Yahushua returns. Yeah, like it says in Revelation chapter 22, is that, and then there shall be no more curse, because Yahushua is going to be the one to take away the curses when he returns. And our bodies are going to change, and the laws are going to be implemented in us. We're going to be programmed to keep the laws perfectly, and we'll never sin. So that curse is going to be lifted up at that point, and that's only for the Israelites. Like they're going to have the laws in them and never sin. It's in the NLT, but those who depend on the law to make them right with Yahweh are under his curse. For the scriptures say, cursed is everyone who does not observe and obey all the commandments that are written in God's book of the law. Yeah, because if you are holding yourself to that first covenant standard, you're cursed to keep all those laws. Okay, which we can't even keep. Okay, we mix fabrics. We wear mixed fabrics. Okay, on our clothes. Okay, when the wife is on the period. Okay, we can't even separate from her. So there's perfect examples. We can't keep all of them. Yeah, because if you think that you're gonna keep all those laws, if you're holding yourself to that first covenant standard to keeping all the laws, you're gonna be judged by the law. Is what I'm getting at. Because we can't do all these laws in captivity. Like Yahushua, that's why he redeemed those from under the law. Okay, and that's the Israelites. Redeemed means to be brought back. He redeemed those from under the law. That's the Israelites, the ones that keep the law. This is only for Israel, not for other nations. That's who links the curses up to. Verse 11, but that no man is justified by the law in the sight of Yahweh, it is evident, for the just shall live by faith. Yeah, the just are going to live by faith. That's the Israelites. You're not justified by the law. We are justified by faith. And we still got to keep the works. Without faith and works, it's dead works. He will rehearse the righteous acts, as the scriptures say. And what is this? That's why he gave us this grace period to try to give all diligence, try to make our calling and election sure, and rehearse the righteous acts and have faith. Because the just are going to live by faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. Like the scriptures say, do we void the law through faith? Nay, we rather establish it. We don't void the law because we're justified by faith now. We still keep the law. We establish it. We still keep the laws to the best of our ability. You can't be made right with Yahweh by the law. It has to be by faith. And when, like I said, we don't void the law, we establish it. So like all the curses is tied to the Israelites, man. We could tell on earth in Babylon the Great, like we could see that it's the Israelites that are the cursed ones. Yeah, like no other nation has been in captivity like the Israelites. Him trying to say his curses fit other nations, like no, they don't. They don't fit the criteria of being on the cargo slave ships and brought to spiritual Egypt, or even having a yoke of iron on their necks, like I showed on the blog. How I googled yoke of iron, Israelites popped up. It was Israelites who popped up, not small hatters, with yoke of iron on their necks and also on their wrists and their legs too. Okay, they were the ones sold to their enemies, separated from their family, and destroyed the structure of the families. Being taught that you're an African American when you're not, and you get your identity stolen by Amalekites. Okay, the small hatters. The actual Israelites' identity gets stolen. The Israelite identity. So the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai brought out the Deuteronomy 28 for the Israelites. These Edomites, but they're trying to twist the scriptures, which twisting the scriptures is witchcraft. So he had to rebuke this in Deuteronomy 28. How would be a sign and wonder. Yeah, because like Deuteronomy 28:46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And then we get that word sign. It's Hebrew 2:26, and it says a sign, banner, remembrance, miraculous sign. So they go down right here to the Brown Divers Briggs lexicon. Okay, it says signs, miracles is pledges of attestations of divine presence and interposition. So it's a divine presence for Yahweh Shem Shai on the Israelites to show these are the people that the Father cursed. Okay, it's a reason our people are in this position, always catching this hell and catching no breaks. It's a divine presence inspired by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to prove it. Who are the people? Mostly in the ghettos. Okay, the Israelites. It's the Israelites that are mostly in the ghettos. Our people are in the projects because it's a project. Okay, they clone Tyrone. They study our people to keep us dumbed down. They studied our people during the time of Jab 19 too as well. They did all their studies to what they're going to bring in next, the disease X. Is what they're talking about now. And also it's going to lead to the MOT to the B. So they have their studies on what to do for their problem reaction solution. So their fear mongering is what they do. They want to keep us dumbed down and don't want to have us to have the breath of life. Because they know that once the elect are sealed, this is over. So these other nations and Edomites are in the ghetto too as well. But who are mostly in the ghetto? It's the Israelites. Okay, who are the ones mostly getting shot. And the poorest of all of them, it's the Israelites and the ones that their business never thrives, but the other nations' business thrive. That's part of the curses too as well. Okay, so we see that this is letting you know, man, that it all fits the Israelites being called a byword and a proverb. Okay, so this is letting you know. So let's get that word wonder too. For a wonder, Strong's H4159. Wonder, a special display of Yahweh's power. Okay? Sign or a token of future event. So this is a sign or a token of a future event that is being fulfilled in these last days. This prophecy is being fulfilled in these last days. The special display of Yahweh's power. It says the applied to the effect of Yahweh's curse. So it's applied to the effect of his word, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's word. This is applied to the effect of the curse, effect of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's word. It's applied to the Israelites in these last days. And it's a sign, a future event, which that future event is being fulfilled in these last days. That's that sign, okay, that's being fulfilled. That's why our people catch on, like, hey, this is us, man. This is us going through these curses. It's being applied to these Israelites in these last days, man. These Edomites try to say all these nations have been under captivity at one point. Yeah, okay, but they haven't been under captivity like the Israelites. Okay, well, we are the tail and they are the head. They are the top. And that's part of the curses too as well too, man. Okay, the Israelites' captivities were the worst of all the other nations. We could get that too as well. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 8. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face. Yeah, that confusion of face, it means to be ashamed. Shame covers Israel. Yeah, there's coons of our people too that try to keep us asleep. They're set up by Esau to keep us further in captivity. Verse 8, O Lord, I'm going to continue on. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Yes, we have sinned against thee, okay? That means that they had the law. Okay, that's for the Israelites. Okay, verse 9, to the Lord our power belongeth mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Yeah, the curses and then mercy will come to the elect of Israel. Not all 2/3 are making back into the kingdom as a baby. That's false doctrine. Okay, so it's salvation is for the elect, because those are the ones receiving the mercy. For the ones who have rebelled, they sinned against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and then these curses came. Okay, now it's going to be the mercies, which is the mercies of David, which the elect hope to receive. So verse 10, neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahweh our power to walk in his laws, which was given to Israel, Psalms 147, us by his servants the prophets. The prophets, they didn't go to all nations and tell our people to repent. Our people were scattered among the nations. Okay, that's what it means when the scriptures say teach the nations. And when Yahushua said that, it means our people are scattered among the nations. Like I said, Deuteronomy 28:64. It all links up to our people. These small hats, they don't fit these curses. They ain't the ones who broke the laws. The laws were never given to them. The curses don't fit none of these other nations. Like, it was only given to the Israelites, like I said. says that the curses is a fault on the Israelites, the ones who sinned. Read verse 11. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. Okay, the curses, Deuteronomy 28, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God. Okay, Deuteronomy 28, man, because we have sinned against him. Yeah, we sinned against him. The curses fell on these Israelites because we sinned. Like I'm saying, Israelites are the ones who sinned and went off. They sinned because they got given a law. When they sinned, they broke the first covenant. And then the curses fell upon our people, the Israelites. They got given laws. Okay, verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us in our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven hath not been done, and as has been done upon Jerusalem. All these different nations on earth right now, there hasn't been anything close to what they have went through compared to the Israelites went through in slavery. By a transatlantic slave trade. Let's get this in the NLT. You have kept your word and done to us and our rulers exactly as you warned. Never has there been such a disaster as happened in Jerusalem. Never, man. So the Israelites went through the worst captivities, showing you that transatlantic slave trade was worse than any other nation compared to any other nation, what they have went through in their captivities. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Peace, salutation, the hopeful elect scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth, learning or teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity. Shalom.